I say something, please?
Shut up, Roxy. I will kick you out. When it's your turn to talk, I will let you know.
Fine.
This is my show.
That was a beautiful moment.
Yeah,
on that live stream.
Roxy came up in there. She wasn't invited, right? She had there's this thing. A lot of these hosts have no decorum. They have the ability to show up, and they show up, and we've been pretty polite about it. But this is exactly how Keem needed to respond in this moment. We don't need you adding on. The whole reason Becky didn't do her punishment on the show is because all the milkers were jumping on that back.
Would you like a current weather report?
Whether or not Becky is currently employed?
Okay, current weather report is Michael is right now trying to figure out how to use OPS, and he cannot figure it out to save.
I'm on my source video cap.
It is under a membership-only stream, but, you know, I'm a member. I found the Visa gift card to put it through, so my credit card is still not working, but that's okay. We did it, all right?
We did it,
You
boys.
can deactivate it and then reactivate it.
No, not yet. So I go.
The good news is now he can, okay, so at first, he wasn't able, he heard Tina and Keem when they were in Discord with him. He heard them through his speakers. He wasn't even wearing a headset. Weird, I know. So you heard them through the speakers, through his microphone. He puts on a headset. Then he couldn't hear anybody that was in the Discord. So Keemstar had to call him and walk him through. And the Keemstar's like, okay, let me get to the studio. So Keemstar had to walk out to his studio, tell him the settings. And now they got it to where he's actually able to talk to them through Discord.
He gonna learn today.
He gonna learn today.
Yeah, if this isn't evidence that Becky is probably gone, then what is?
Oh, there's more.
There's more?
Okay, this is the current. I'm telling you the current stuff right now. Let me pull it up. Give me a second.
Yeah. Because there's an entire song which I think we should play.
Oh yeah, we're gonna play it. Just I'm pulling this up right now. It's got to do with the live stream that's going on.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Because Becky sent a resignation letter to Keemstar. Keem obviously doesn't read. He's like TLDR. So he turned it into an AI music song.
Yes.
Which is, by the way, the second Becky resignation AI music song Keem has had to make. This is wild, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, so this has got to do with the current that's happening in the she was in the chat talking.
Okay, Becky was in the chat talking that rah-rah.
Yep. So here is this. I need Keem to have my back. He's the one in charge around here, and he does it, so I'm out. It's not even about Savage anymore. It's about the fact that Keem chooses to humiliate me instead of taking accountability. I quit because Keem doesn't have my back. And wow, one day without me and someone else on Queen's dock someone. Well.
Lily Masai with the R in the chat. Rewind is the real R word. Thank you, Lily. Yeah, let's. Someone else on Queen's dock, someone? I don't know what's going on.
I think they were trolling. I didn't really hear it because you could barely hear them at that point because that's when you heard them through the speakers. And Tina had said something about Michael, and I didn't hear it. Because I was listening through my speakers, not my headset, so I didn't understand what she said. So, all right, let me pull up the song.
We got the hot new Becky resignation single, live from LolcowRewind Discord, as made by Keem and the AI Superbrain. This is a bop, by the way. I want everybody to know this is a certified bop.
Certified bop. Certified. All right, so Keemstar dropped this It was basically a voice note that he got from Becky, and he was like, or actually it's something that she typed out to him, and he's like, I ain't reading all that because, it's Keem. So he took the words and made it into a song. He said, Becky just quit and sent me a really, really long message that I didn't feel like reading, so I made it into an AI song out of it. So here we go.
Well, this just got 1,000 times worse for me. Now my mom wants me off the show. She won't watch my cats or check in on my house while I'm gone. That just raised my cost of going by about 2 copy. Cause now I have to pay vet visits for all my cats, pay for their shots and then get them boarded. If I can even do that in time. It's probably too late for that. Because rabies vaccinations take a while to kick in. And I don't even know that. I'm cool with boarding my cats in the first place. I think I just need to be out of this overall. I'm just not a fit for the LCU. It's been fun while it lasted, but at the end of the day, whenever I have issues, I'm just gonna get gaslit into submission. And I'm tired of the fights every week. I don't like knowing that you still have any doubt in your mind that I'll bring any false allegations against you. Shows me the trust isn't there, going both ways at this point. I sent that before meaning to, but here's the rest. I also don't like that I've been set up to be in a position where now, if anything does legitimately happen to me, no one will believe me. Because according to you and everyone else in leadership positions around here, I'm just a professional victim. I'm resigning effective immediately. I'm also not agreeing for my portion of funds to be taken out of my paycheck to go toward camp. Because I never agreed to that in the first place, and I'm no longer part of it. You guys get to take all the risk and all the reward, and I'm out of that whole thing. When I agreed to be a host, I was beginning for the opportunity. But this isn't the same opportunity I signed up for back then. It was you, Boogie, and Wings 3 known quantities I was okay with. If I knew this is what it would have come to one day, I wouldn't have come on board. My parents are too old to be putting them through this stress. This just isn't the opportunity I thought it was. Beyond all that, I wish everyone the best, and we'll stay out of the way of things, and hope you all have success.
Oh, she'll stay out of the way of things, then shows up in chat to talk. People are saying they don't believe Becky is gone. Personally, for me, I hope she comes back. I am entertained by Becky's bullshit. You doing all right?
No, I was going to make a statement, but I was letting you finish first. I didn't want to cut you off. Mike knew this entire time that he needed to learn OBS, because what if some kind of emergency happened with Becky, right? But he didn't do it because he knew Becky would be around. Now, all of a sudden, now he's trying to last minute learn OBS. He wouldn't do it for no other reason, except for he needed to. That's why I think she actually quit.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that this is real. I don't think this is fake. I see Becky in the chat. She says, here's a hot take. Now that Keem said I could falsely accuse anyone of anything, I'm a professional victim. I will never be believed if anything serious does happen to me. For that reason, I'm out. There's the
Oh, I
official
already read
reason.
this. Well, she said the same goddamn thing, and I already showed that.
Yeah, and Akeem's here now, so we're double
Okay,
down.
Keem's here now.
Supreme Leader Bread.
Give me
Why are you in the chat? Why are you in the chat? You quit. Yes, I wish you the best success. Okay, all that. Big long goddamn longer than the goddamn Bible. I had to put it into a song just so I could understand what you're saying. You quit. You put me through hell today. I got savage on handed knee saying sorry to you. Everything was good. It was stressful. It was hell. And dude, I didn't have 30 minutes of silence after my show until I'm getting the typical, the predictable, the non-stoppable Becky Boop sending me stupid messages like I'm your boyfriend. I'm not your boyfriend. I'm not your boyfriend, Becky. You message me like I am your boyfriend. It's insane, dude. Get help. Seek help. You're literally telling me I can't do this anymore. I can't. I can't. It's so stressful. You put me in this horrible position. Okay, fine. Then why the are you in the chat? Right? We're doing a members only over on Queens, setting up Mike, teaching him how to do the OBS because you quit. And in the middle of that, you're in the chat. Why would you be in the chat? That doesn't make sense. We're on Rewind. I'm sitting here on Sunday night trying to watch some Billy the Fridge and Xylee. And then I look to the chat. I see your ass. You are. I'll tell you what, mother. This is what you're doing. You're crossing my boundary. I got boundaries too. I got boundaries too. You put me through hell, and I don't want to see you anywhere near this Local Live. I don't want to see you in the chat. I don't want to see you in the Discord. I don't want to see you anywhere. Mother disappear now.
So there was some boom in his voice. There was some definite boom in Keem's voice right there. I don't hear Keem like that very often.
Mm-mm. You know the last time I heard Keem like that? When I had my daddy Keem talk with him when he was yelling at me. The one talk I've had where he was yelling at me, that's what he sounded like.
Ooh.
I know what that voice sounds like. That's him actually mad. Like mad.
Damn. So yeah, Keem basically just laid the law down. If Becky has boundaries, she has now reached Keem's boundaries. There you go.
No, and it's funny on the show too, because I can't remember. I think it's when Mike called into the show. He was like, "Do you know how tired?" He goes, "Working with all these women. Do you know how tired I am of the word boundaries?" That's why Keem said that shit, because it's always, "You're pushing my boundaries. You are pushing my boundaries." That's why Keem said what he said. It was a throwback.
Yeah, I don't subscribe to boundaries. If some woman has boundaries,
No shit. Okay. Before we get into the live stream that happened today, what do you think her real reason is?
Becky?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's two sides, right? There's the cynical side, the like what's the worst possible side, then there's the caring side, right? If I'm thinking from the caring side and trying to give Becky like the benefit of the doubt, then I'm thinking, you know, she doesn't feel like she's got enough support, and she feels lonely, and she feels like she doesn't have like anybody but herself. It's Becky versus the world. So she doesn't want to go down there and be put in a situation where she feels unprotected, right? That's
okay.
That's if I'm.
Oh, you're talking the savage thing.
Well, there's the savage thing, but like really anybody, right? Becky's kind of like the Lolcow Live shit post. We all dump on Becky, right? And so if she goes there and she's vulnerable and she's there with everybody, savage is one thing, but you know, could be anybody. So if I'm being favorable to Becky, I would say that she's scared and doesn't feel protected. Now, if I'm being cynical and calling out Becky, I think that she just knows that she's not up to the task, and it's going to be very hard for her to do what she does. So she's just going to walk out now, just go out before she fails forward. She's nope. I want out. I'm not. I'm not going to be able to do this. She's
to your first point.
Yeah,
that is absolutely horseshit.
You think?
Because if she wasn't protected, and if she wasn't cared for, her ass would have been gone a long ass time ago. As many times as that bitch quit or took off and nobody knew where the she would have lost this gig a long time ago. Can we be for real?
But in her mind, she feels like she's deserved more protection, right?
If she feels like she deserves more, off, because I don't think anybody else could quit as many times as she has and kept their job.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, but that's also how good she is at what she does.
Yeah, but bro, it was borderline kissing somebody's ass. I'm sorry. Yeah. It was that's and I know that's not what it was, but that's what it was perceived by everybody. It looked like her ass was getting kissed.
And then the other side is that she just knows that she's not up to it and she's scared and she wants to quit.
That's exactly what I think it is. I think she is too goddamn worried on how she's going to look at fat camp.
Schlag IFPS says Mike streamed on Queens when Becky was in Texas. Him learning OBS is a way to make it seem real. She will show up at fat camp as a surprise type thing.
Could be.
Who knows? Who knows? Who knows?
Could be. You never know. That I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if this is real or not. But
One's
Keem
2
just
cents
put out.
Says Becky has been banned by Keem.
Yep, I was just about to say, Keem put it in the Discord. Mods ban Becky ASAP.
There you go.
So I don't know. I don't know if it
Cyrus the Virus says rumor has it Becky will be selling her LolCow hoodie on eBay soon. Dude. She's trying to make a couple bucks.
Maybe.
Get the Retro Nooks as book smarts. Book smarts surrounded by street smarts. Yeah. Harvard extension only extends so far. Greek Girl says she said herself on live today that she would go if the milkers were her personal slaves. She wants control and is mad that Keem didn't nick Savage. Yeah.
Listen, if this is real, then this was literally Becky having a childish shit fit. And then she was called out on it. Yeah, it's like the last time her and Keem got into it, and he was like, don't play chicken with me. Don't play chicken with me. And I think if this is real, that was her playing chicken with Keem, and Keem called her out on her shit.
Brantley says, thank God he gets it. Finally, she's a liability to the show in general, feelings aside.
That's what Brantley messaged me and said, yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I was looking forward to bullying Becky in person. I was trying to be at fat camp, my big ass yelling at her 2 inches from her face and her not backing down because I know what a psycho she is. I thought that would be hilarious. Now I have to get beat up by Tina. Damn it.
Do you want to hear when Savage and Becky and then Becky talks to Roxy? Do you want to hear that first?
Yeah, let's take a listen.
Give me a second and I'll pull it up. All right, so this is when Savage calls in and Roxy joins behind too. So here we go.
Against you will be way worse. Just saying.
Cool. At least I won't be stuck there with her in person. I have her muted, by the way, so if she talks, I can't hear her.
Good. Yeah, Savage.
Now notice Becky's trying to pull a me right now. Becky, you are in the middle of conflict. That is not when you have somebody mute. Okay? I had Savage muted because I wasn't just going to talk to her. I didn't give what she was saying. It wasn't in the middle of me going, I'm not going to fat camp and Savage goes. That means you unmute the bitch and you fight her. All right.
Mauricio Alvarez Leon says, I'll believe it after going through fat camp. Yeah, if she shows up at fat camp,
I agree.
It's going to be a big pop, but also I don't know if that's gonna happen. I don't think that's.
I don't know either.
I don't think that's the play.
You can't put your camera on?
No, I can't. No,
All
no.
right.
Man.
Are you hearing this? Becky's saying
Is
that
it because
she's not
you don't
going
have
to,
your makeup on?
she said she's not going to fat camp if you're not going.
Why?
If you're going, she's not going.
Why? I'm not going to do anything to you, Becky.
She thinks you're gonna spike her drink and make her like high and shit.
What?
Becky,
Yeah.
Are you
unmute her.
insane?
No, like I said, I want no interaction to do with her.
So she was using the excuse that I don't know if they'll put something in my food, put something in my drink, just with her.
Yeah, which I also worry about when someone is trying to mess with me. So it must be the whole genius thing, because nobody would do nothing to my face.
Becky's not a genius. And then she was like, "Well, women don't fight physically. They find other ways around it." No, real bitches fight. I promise you, real bitches fight. Okay, we will throw down some hands. We don't have to poison you. Okay.
So you're more than happy to repeat her messages to me, but I am no longer, in my world, Savage doesn't exist anymore. She gets no more attention from me.
Becky, unmute her.
No.
Okay.
I already told you what my bottom line is. There's nothing else I need to say.
All right. So and Becky's saying in your world, Savage doesn't exist. Okay, fine. She doesn't exist. So she's going to go there, but you won't see her because she doesn't exist.
You're missing my point. I'm not giving her any attention anymore. That still doesn't mean I'm sharing a real life space with her. Plus, I have other issues on Fat Camp we need to talk about as well. We'll deal with this
I'm
one
starting
first.
to think
but I
that
wanna
you
know
don't
why
want to go. You
Queen
just
is
using
paying
me
the
as
second
an
biggest
excuse,
amount for
Becky.
Fat
You
Camp
just don't want to
to
go.
pay for our enemies and shit to
You
go.
gotta do some work.
And if we don't go, you would still want us to pay.
Everybody
Where's our
can't hear
consent
you.
or agreement in any of this?
Becky, I can't.
You need to go and lose some weight. Ain't gonna be on my head.
Becky, I can't hear you because Savage is talking. You need to unmute her so you know when to talk.
You could tell me when she's done talking, and then I'll talk.
Okay. Well, she's still talking.
Well, me
She's
and
still
Boogie don't
talking.
like John, and we're still going when John's going. Why are you having this issue?
All of a
Is that question
sudden,
for me?
she was cool with me. Before the whole little flavor situation? And just to be clear, who brought Flavor's name up first over here? I think your co-host did. So
Becky, you got to
Just saying.
unmute her so you can understand what's being said. You have
Okay,
to.
I'm in the same room as her. All she does is talk.
She's acting so childish, bro.
She's got Savage muted. Why?
Yeah.
Why would somebody do that? That's so childish.
I know why I had her muted because I had nothing to say to her. Okay.
Well, Becky
I
has
had
nothing
her
to say
muted
to
for
her.
that. Yeah, but it's like Becky was trying to do what I did, but there's a time and place for everything. That was not the time to do it. If you were sitting up there and say, "I'm not doing it for this," and messages have to go through Keemstar, okay, you need to unmute a bitch and cuss a bitch out and tell her to her face, "Look, yo, I don't want to go because you're going."
Midnight Rider says we need Carrie Underwood to cover Pro Victim. And Clay Ben Treese Jr. says, Becky, she's just too unhinged for her own good.
She's not unhinged. She's childish.
Oh.
Talk over me, and I'm not going through that today. It's my day off.
I understand, but just unmute
It's
her
your
so we can
day
try
off.
to resolve this. All right.
If she interrupts me
Forever.
once, she's getting muted again. One time, that's it.
Okay. She's unmuting you. Savage, please tell Becky you're not going to do anything to her.
Becky, I'm not gonna do anything to you. Good Lord.
Good Lord.
Why would you even think that?
Why would I think that? Because you threatened on camera that you would strangle the life out of me. So I don't care if you say you're not going to do anything to me. My answer.
Billy,
Yeah.
do you really think I'm going to try to whoop your ass?
My ass?
Yeah, do you think I'm really going to try to whoop your ass?
I wish a muff would.
Oh, no, don't. Best believe I could, okay? If I had to pick something up, I would. But do you honestly think my point is people talk shit.
Yeah, I've never thought that. But Becky don't know no better. Becky's a little Harvard extension.
Then you know what? Then she needs to stop trying to act like such a badass on the internet. This is a perfect reason why I don't play a character on the goddamn internet.
Becky
Because
is
she will sit there and call the chat a bunch of bitches talking shit when that's all she does on her channel. And then when push comes to shove, oh, I can't see the person I've been talking shit on.
Becky's a mega Karen. Like she just wah 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 wah.
Yes.
Wah 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 wah.
Yes. And she literally proved that today. Literally.
Answer is still the same. I am not going if she's there.
Arthur
Period. End of
says
story.
Billy throws 2
think he-
punches and is gassed. He ain't shit. Arthur, I gotta tell you, 2 punches is one more than I need. And I don't even throw a punch. I'll wrap your ass in a bear hug. I'll wrap your ass in a goddamn I'll give you a nice collar elbow tie up, bitch, and you will pass
Tell him,
out.
Billy.
You'll pass out while I lay there with zero excursion, just holding my fat python around your throat.
Billy. Nah, Billy, listen. Tell him, nah. It is 2 hits. Me hit you, and you hit the floor.
Bam,
Period.
bam. Caleb Williams says, welcome to Cash Cow. Trust me, I've been morbidly obese longer than you've been little dick energy. I know how to fight without using too much energy. Your boy will python your ass and lay on you. You will become my pillow, and you will regret going toe-to-toe with Big Bro. Sandman, thank you for the grifted.
All right, so basically it was Savage telling Becky, I'm not going to do nothing to you, blah, blah, blah. And Becky's like, what about this? And it's blah, 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 and blah, 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 back and forth, okay? So then Roxy comes in.
Yes, Savage did threaten Becky with the pearls, and then Savage had a punishment. She did the punishment.
It wasn't for that. That punishment was for her streaming on her own channel.
For both.
It
was
Can I say
for
something,
both.
please?
Shut up, Roxy. I will kick you out. When it's your turn to talk, I will let you know.
Fine.
This is my show.
That was a beautiful moment.
Yeah,
on that live stream.
Roxy came up in there. She wasn't invited, right? She had there's this thing. A lot of these hosts have no decorum. They have the ability to show up, and they show up, and we've been pretty polite about it. But this is exactly how Keem needed to respond in this moment. We don't need you adding on. The whole reason Becky didn't do her punishment on the show is because all the milkers were jumping on that back. That's just how it went.
And I run my show. So I'll say, hey, Roxy, what do you think about this? Did I say that yet? Sit there, shut up. Becky, this was for 2 things. 1, her streaming on her own thing, okay, and threatening you. And I clearly said that she had to do that punishment for it. And she did do the punishment for it. The second threat.
I would never accept the punishment for that is the problem.
It's the second threat
Big
that came.
Dem super chatted $20. Fire and suspend Queens till April. Becky wants to flex power. She is a liability to LCU. Lady Nerd Artist super chatted $20. Becky, can't you have Overflow or any of the guys you talk to on stream to act as your security? Have them play it up as a bit. Plus, Savage will probably sneeze and need to take her heart, and Psycho Mom won't do shit.
No, guys, listen. Becky knows 100% she's going to be safe. That's not what's going on here. She is leveraging the fact that
Fred
Queens is a bigger show to get them banned.
I begged you, Dan. I begged you not to have Savage at Fat Camp.
If you didn't hear my point, Becky, what you're doing is you're leveraging your pull with Queens to get them banned. That this is not about you being scared.
Because I have grudges against other shows. I would never try to do that. I can't stand nerds. Am I trying to get them banned? No, none of them have directly threatened me.
What's wrong with my nerds? What's wrong with them?
I'm not getting sidetracked, Boogie. This is not rocket science. I do not tolerate threats from criminals or people who hang out with criminals. That's it. That's all.
Okay, Roxy.
I'm a criminal.
Roxy,
I'm a criminal.
Roxy,
You haven't threatened me. We've already discussed this, Boogie.
Roxy, what do you think about this? Becky saying she's not going because even you're going. What do you think?
Okay, first of all, I cannot control who I'm hosting with. Becky, name one time have I ever threatened you or even was mean to you beside banter back and forth? I'll wait.
You could have controlled your mouth the entire time I was on that episode trying to do my punishment to smooth things over, specifically so that it wouldn't come to this. But you, just like them.
So you're saying she didn't make any threats to you. You're just mad because you got talked over.
She goes jumping in. My point is, I'm not dealing with you bitches. I'm not, period. I'm done with you. I don't care. I'm done. And if you want to say I'm leveraging my show, it's not that. It's that I'm willing to walk away because I don't want to deal with this.
Again, what did I ever do to threaten you, Becky, or Tina, or anybody ever threaten you?
See, I already answered you. When I'm already being ganged up on over there, you blindly take their side, which means I don't trust you either because
they're my hosts.
Because now you're one of the people associating with criminals. You could have stayed neutral, but you were the one barking the loudest. I'm not stupid.
I said 3 things to you, Becky.
Name Marie Pondu Cherry super chatted $20. I support Becky. I wouldn't want to hang out with someone like Savage either. But the LCU shouldn't support the type of hostility that Savage tries to evoke consistently with her threats.
Let me speak here. Flava did make a threat to go in real life, but you have to give her a little bit of charity.
I give her no.
Let me finish. She was emotionally charged because you doxed her.
Not emotionally charged because my co-host has been getting death threats and arson threats for a month. Please.
Okay, so they went through that, and then at the end, this is Savage at the end.
All right.
I find this quite amazing. I love this part.
This is the one I did. I saw this part earlier. I was watching and then I passed out because I'm a horrible sleeper. And then I missed the Savage part, so I'm excited for this.
Mm-hmm.
Savage, can you please apologize to Becky for threatening her with the pearls?
Becky, I sincerely apologize for threatening you about the pearls. I was not serious at all.
She wasn't. Becky, I promise you, she was not serious. She wasn't.
I was laughing and grinning at, and I thought that's, but if you feel threatened, I truly apologize.
Wings of
That was not
Redemption
my
is
intention.
live.
$19.99.
So you heard her do the apology, right? And she was, she sounded sincere and everything. I went up there at one point, which I'm not going to show you. There's no point. Here's my thing. The time that I guess, well, she did talk about the other time, but the time she went IRL, I guess you want to call it, she was in a goddamn car hanging out the sunroof with a megaphone. It's not like she got out of the car like a bad bitch and went knocking on somebody's door. That right there tells you she ain't really gonna do shit in real life.
Are we talking about Razorback today?
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Because I think she's gone.
I'm not allowed to use her name. My wife decreed I have to go 24 hours without saying it because I said it so often today.
Well, I mean, we're talking about. Go ahead, say Razorback.
So I'm gonna say Razorback or Voldemort.
Okay.
Both of those equal that. I think it was a sunk cost fallacy today. Like she had bought into wanting to get out of fat camp so badly that she had to take the Savage story and run as far and as long with it as humanly possible. Like anybody, like Bill, you've done this shit a long time. Xylee, not as much as I don't know how long you've done Xylee. Right, not as long.
Yeah.
But if somebody said they were going to choke me with my necklace, that's the best day. That's the best thing you can tell me today. I've had so much worse things happen to me. It's like, okay, that's all that's happening. We're good.
Now,
I mean, me and Billy both have had issues with John, who's going to be at Fat Camp, and we're not going to be punking out.
Yeah. I hope John and I get along at Fat Camp. I would love for that to be behind us. It was just some dumb shit. It wasn't very important, but
I hope everybody has a good time at Fat Camp because camaraderie is going to be what's going to hold us together. This is really more of a stress test than it is an event to see how the Local universe handles each other, because this is the first time we're all getting together. That's why Keem made a huge effort to get everybody that could come, that could physically come.
Wings, there are people going to Fat Camp that I really don't want to be around. But you know what I'm doing? Putting the big girl panties on and I can be cordial with these motherfuckers. And it doesn't mean I have to be up their ass and kiki and ha with them or anything, but I can be cordial. I can be a adult.
I have an advantage. I'm most likely going to have a private cabin, so I can just go to that when I don't want to be social.
Yeah, and I can go walk in the woods, or I can go be in one corner of the room where they're in another. I know how to. It's called being an adult, dude. Mm-hmm. You don't have to constantly be around these people.
And I can make a prison shank out of a shampoo bottle, so I'll be fine.
I can do it out of a
toothbrush. I think they have kitchen. I think they have kitchen knives there, Billy.
Yeah,
you
right.
Just go in the kitchen.
No, dude. I hope everybody there has the best intentions to do their best and make the best content possible. I feel like that's where your heart should be. And if anybody's coming there with any anger, animosity, or fear, you're bringing it to the wrong place.
Can we do and dispel this fear thing? There's no fear there.
No.
What are you afraid of? You're afraid of somebody's going to hit you when there's 25 plus people there that can pull them off, and plus security. The worst thing you're going to do is get a red face. That's the most something that could happen to you at any feasible time where somebody intervenes.
Wings, do you ever do devil's advocate?
All the time.
One of my
That's my whole purpose on Local Live.
Right? One of my personality traits is devil's advocate. And when I see Becky doing this, I see her coming off of being told she didn't have to do the punishment on milkers. And then it comes out that the Flava and Savage were playing up, even faking emails to try and play victim even more. And now I'm seeing Becky trying to flip the script and play victim, and she wants the same support they got when she plays victim. And she's saying she's not getting it, and so she's pissed.
Well, I honestly believe Becky's gone.
I think so,
she's no longer part of it. It's if you look on Studio B right now, they're actively teaching kid behind the camera how to run OBS.
I don't know.
Yep.
Did you see Keem come on here earlier, or were you?
I didn't. I was in the.
Keem went the off because she was in our chat too.
And he saw her in our chat. He jumped on, and he was the type of angry you don't see Keem release often.
He's put a lot of money and a lot of energy into this, and Becky just doesn't want to do it. And she's the second biggest part of the universe right now. Queens is the second biggest show, and she is being a bad representation of that show.
Yeah.
Why Block Myself says Becky will be back. We all know that. Hopefully one day I get to see you guys react to my 30-minute LolCow live cartoon. Interesting. I want to see that. But also I don't know if Becky will be back.
All right, watch the live, and this is I clicked on it and I heard Keem say that, so I went back a few seconds. Okay.
Okay.
Oh shit! God damn it! Shit! I think I lost it.
That's all the time.
You're right, Tina. Hey, you're right.
I've done it.
Kind. I've also given her a gazillion chances. I've also letting her take like days and days of my life. She's consumed days of my life. I let her take it. You know, working with her. Hey, Becky, this is the right way to do things. She doesn't appreciate all of it or any of it. You know, she knows how much time and effort is going into fat camp, and she just wants to blow it off for whatever reason. Go f yourself.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I've got it in my mind now. I got to go to fat camp, whether I like it or not, make the best of it, have fun, and get the f out of here and come back home. But I don't have to put up with the rest of this shit that's going on. Every day, something new. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. Just be yourself. People like people being themselves.
Thank you.
All this extra shit. She wants you to beg her to come back. That's all there is to it, Keem.
I'm not going to. I don't. Dude, if she begged me to come back, I'd still probably say no. Like, I'm so done. You don't understand.
Okay.
Like, I'm burnt out.
Yeah,
Man.
say hi.
That's what I heard when I clicked into the stream.
Yeah.
So
I'm known as a Voldemort simp in the world, and it's because I try to be compassionate with people. Like, I think Becky's making. I think Voldemort.
That didn't happen.
Razorback.
I think
Razorback.
I think Razorback is making a emotional choice for a long-term problem, right? Like, what is she going to do after she crosses this rainbow? Is she going to go get a job, like as a clerical job, making $60,000 a year or something like that? She's going to give up an opportunity that most people would kill for because she gets emotional. I guess it's not something you should do.
Yeah. Yeah. You think she takes more heat from people than anybody in this universe?
Yes.
Yeah, that's why.
Who?
Razorback.
I understand who you're talking about. I said from who?
From the fans, from the other shows. Like, there's not a show.
She set herself up to get the shit from the fans. When you act like a f***ing asshole, people are going to treat you like a f***ing asshole.
But do you think that that's kind of her job?
You can't throw shit and expect people not to throw shit back.
But do you think that maybe she wasn't equipped for how much shit she was going to get?
Billy's 100% right. She's playing the heel character, but she's not emotionally capable of playing the heel character.
She learned not to play the heel character now, huh?
Because I, for one, was waiting for Fat Camp to flip her shit because I know how good she reacts to it. I'm like, I want to get in with Becky. I feel like that's going to be good content. I want to f with Becky hardcore. And she's not there. And I'm like, damn, now who am I going to f with? Xylee? Keemstar?
Oh, gee.
Dude, I went over on Mike and Tina's and I'm just like telling them like where I'm at with the whole thing. Cause like Mike wants me to give Becky another chance. I'm like, no.
What?
Yeah, dude, I'm just done. Right.
Okay, listen, this whole shit of having a shortage of OBS users, if you end up hiring somebody, can you make sure they know how to run OBS so we don't have to kiss people's asses just because they know how to run a goddamn computer program?
Well, Mike likes her. And I like her on that show. She's good on that show. I feel like she's probably one of the most entertaining people, but I don't give a fuck. I don't need you on that show. I'll find someone else. And, you know, she sucked up so much time and energy from my life. Like, it's just not fair at this point. Like, that whole shit with having Savage, like, say sorry to her today, and then she pulls this stunt again. Like, I don't think so.
Team, I thought she did something brilliant. I even messaged you going, God damn, Becky was brilliant.
And what did I say back? No, she's an idiot.
Yeah, he said, no, she's an idiot. I said, maybe, but either way, it was a good show. But I thought she pulled all that shit so Savage could, like, beg her to basically go to Fat Camp. Like, you know, I'm not going to do that back. I thought it was a play, but.
Hey, Keem, do you think, I think Voldemort is making
get low tier
an
goddess
emotional
in the
choice
host
here.
of
Do you think
queens?
you're also in that same ballpark where you're making an emotional choice because you feel like you've put all this time, energy, and money into this project, and she's just basically shitting all over it? So it's kind of like hurt your feelings a little bit. You think it's a little
No.
bit of both?
I mean, well, the thing is like I've been so calm and collective and, understanding, and I've already dealt with so much of this shit and putting out constant fires with Becky once a week. I'm just burnt out. So I'm just done. I don't know if that's me being emotional or whatnot. Like, look at, you were there. You were there. I fixed everything for Fat Camp. Then I'm sitting here, I pop a drink and I'm just watching TV. 30 minutes goes by. I quit. I can't do this anymore. Go f yourself, Becky.
You know why? You know why that happened though, right?
Why?
Like, let's think of Voldemort, who is a person. She goes to Korea for a guy. She messes everything up. Rich is a part of this. So she comes back. She's penniless. Her mother helps her out by giving her a house free of charge. Her mother helped pay for her schooling. So it's like she values her mother's opinion over everything else. So when her mother got in her ear, that's the result you get for it, because she's lived her whole life with this safety net and she's never learned how to grow up and be a big girl and stand on her own 2 feet.
Yes. Yes.
Well, I don't care. I've been through enough. I'm good.
That's
I don't
what it
need
comes
this.
down to. Yeah, you don't.
Bro, I don't need this. I've been through this a million times. I've been patient. I've been understanding. I went on my way to make sure Becky's feelings were taken in consideration. Like, I've said plenty of nice stuff about Becky, which a normal person wouldn't, but I publicly said it, right? It's like, dude, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore with her. I have put too much time and effort into Fat Camp for the benefit of every single person here. All right.
Yeah.
And she is one of the main people that needs to be there. And she pulls this stunt the week of. Literally, go f yourself. Then I get it resolved. What?
Can I make a request? Can I make a request real quick before you keep talking? It feels like you're closing a door. And I don't feel like this door needs to be closed tonight. I feel like you should sleep on it and you should wait on it, because if you say too much, it's going to make you look bad if you go back on your word.
Wings, she quit.
I understand that, but like with the words that you're saying and how you're saying it, it's going to make it hard if you do decide to take her back, because people will question you at that point.
Take her back for what? For us to be in the middle of doing Fat Camp and then I have to go, oh, everybody stop. Let me go counsel Becky again. Let me go counsel Becky again. Oh, Becky's having another issue again. Oh, for us to be at Fat Camp and then somebody, crossed one of her boundaries or something, some other issue. She is a problem, Wings. She is an actual problem. She is not good for business. She is bad for business.
Well,
she crossed
here's
that
the thing.
threshold. She crossed that threshold many times, and I brought her back to being good for business. Now she's just a liability.
And I get where you're coming from, but the only reason we're still here talking about her instead of firing her a month ago is because she is good at her job. And even you have to admit she's good at what she does. The problem is there's all these other like side effects of her personality that makes her hard to work with.
Okay, wait a minute. I got something to say on that. Okay, we're entertainers. We also do stuff in the background, right? Obviously, you don't just jump up here. Like with us, we watch the shows, blah, 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 right? Isn't part of being good at the job is how you are when the camera is cut off too?
It is.
That's probably where she wasn't very good at her job.
Right, but we wouldn't be having this conversation if she was bad on camera. Like, the fact is that since she's so good on camera, we're still dealing with her with everything off camera, because she talks to Keem more than I talk to Keem, and I'm on a show with Keem.
Yeah.
Yes, she does.
Yeah.
She does. Dude, I will call Wings and Boogie at around like, I don't know, like
Noon.
2 o'clock noon. And I'll be like, what are we doing today? Because my whole morning's been tied up with Becky and some other bullshit.
Yeah.
It's like, dude,
That's really what it's all about right here. You've been giving so much of your time to her. She doesn't deserve
she
it.
don't care. She doesn't care. Becky's mom, I hope you're watching too. Your daughter is a selfish bitch. It's only about her. Mike has spent hours and hours and hours and hours making your daughter a star on Queens. So have I. Tina showed up all the time when your daughter ran down to Texas and did whatever the she did, right? Like she's taken way more days off, right, than Tina ever did. I don't give a can't be nice anymore. I can't be nice anymore. Like I don't give a you're just taking up my time. Bro, the biggest slap in the face is after I fixed everything, right? I get that text message. I'm quitting. Oh, you want to go round 2? There is no round 2. You're quitting. You're done. You left. Bye.
You know what we should do tomorrow for a show? We should have RTU on. He'd have a field day with this one.
Oh, I'm sick of that rodeo too. In what world is it a good idea to just annoy the boss and like just be like, hey, I need this and I need this? Like,
if you continue with Becky, mark my words, this drama will eventually end in the courts.
Max is corrupt. It might end in the courts. I don't think she wants it like that, though. Like that, I don't think that's good for Becky. I will say this: when you said earlier, I'm not your boyfriend, Becky. I'm not your boyfriend. Quit treating me like I'm your boyfriend. That's what you really were to her. You were her work boyfriend. You were like you were someone she could confide in. All her worries they dumped on you because she doesn't have anybody.
Oh shit! Brantley's gonna join now. Jesus
but
Christ!
But it's not in like a lovey-dovey way.
I know.
But in the what she needs from somebody.
Like support.
She was getting it out of you. She was kind of like she was taking from you in that way.
She was single white female. She was single white female.
Keem, is this all a big play to make Becky the new host of Madhouse? Are we being toyed with?
No. And you know what else this bitch did? Okay. In the middle of me talking with Tina and Mike just now, right before I came on here this time, I was like telling Mike, like, I cannot work with Becky anymore. I'm done. Right. And Mike's like, oh, dude, are you sure? And I'm like, no, I'm done. Right. In the middle of that, she starts texting me and she says, like, tell me if this makes any sense. She goes, please let me know when is a good time to finalize the details of my last 2 payments. I'm available tomorrow at 2 p.m. if that works for you. What are you talking about? That makes no sense. Finalize my last 2 payments. What needs to be finalized? What are you talking about? You're literally just saying that because I was on air with Mike and Tina and you are watching. That's why you keep popping up in chats. You want to be a part of this. You decided that you were going to try to suck up the oxygen of Keemstar once again after I solved everything by quitting. And Keemstar was going to be on the phone with you and be like, no, Becky, we need you because you needed some validation or something, right?
Yeah.
Becky, I don't need you. I don't need you.
Wait, why does she have to finalize it? She knows exactly when she's going to get paid.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, she just wants,
this whole thing is nonsense.
She knows
the whole thing is nonsense.
The man that she's put in her life as the replacement for not having a boyfriend is now broken up with her, and she's trying to do that last dial-in thing, like, "Hey, by the way, let me get my stuff from your house. Let me get my box."
You left the shirt here. You left the shirt here. You might want to come by and come get it.
That is exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying.
And as
I don't think she qualifies for the Tommy C clause, honestly.
Zero Shard, welcome to Cash Cow, and thank you for the grifted.
Thank you.
She's not getting it.
She should get her February and the 8 days she worked in March.
She's getting 1 week of March. She actively tried to ruin my event that I've been working for like every single day. Actively.
Yeah.
Went out of her way.
Yeah, that's fuck. Everybody right now should be working towards the betterment of Fat Camp being a success. That should be on everybody's mind right now. This is a big deal.
Fat Camp starts in 7 days.
Yep.
7 days to Fat Camp. She knew this was happening all this time. Oh, I'm not going. I'm not going.
Well, Razorback during her text message wall let it slip that she doesn't keep her cats with their shots and vet visits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I called that. That's as a pet owner, I called that she doesn't keep her pet's health up.
Dude, probably the number one reason why her mother told her she's not allowed to go to fat camp is because her mom didn't want to feed her cats.
That's probably.
I'm gonna be honest. I think that right there is one big reason why she didn't want to go, and then another why she didn't want to go is quite honestly she didn't want to be embarrassed.
I don't think so, because she embarrassed the ever living out of her on that show. I don't know. I think there's something else that we don't know.
You think?
It's probable, yeah.
Because why the hell, bro? I know Becky. I know she would want to go. I know she would want to go.
Especially when Overflow is there. Overflow is there, and he was talking sweet to her. That man was talking sweet to her.
Yeah, she had a chance to get a man. The hell?
EJ might be getting some cutty. He ain't trying to be your man. I can tell you that right now.
Well, listen, get a man, get laid, whatever. She had a chance.
If he could just take all of the Keem calls off of Becky, she'll call him instead with her problems. This is a win-win. What we got here, Xylee?
All right, so I'm in the one place that I hate on the internet, and that is Reddit.
Okay.
All right, dear Becky, I'm so sad this is happening to you. Blah 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 blah. Okay.
Yeah.
Then we have Becky here. Somebody said they framed it so if anything does happen to her, she automatically is a liar. I wouldn't go. She goes, thank you. Keem left me no other choice the minute he did that, which is why I came back on and begged him to take it back and apologize. I saw how he views me today, and I am unfortunately done working with Keem for good. So.
Yeah. I don't think that Becky's in a position where she can't be trusted. I think she just needs to be in a position to back it up. If something happens to you, be able to back it up and we'll listen. It's not that hard. Why block myself? So just after Tina said, I love you to Becky, I know, right?
I know.
Becky was getting very smooth, kind words from a lot of people.
Can I say something?
Yeah, of course.
You can only press your luck with people, but so far. And she has been poking and poking and poking at Keem this entire time. Eventually, a mother is going to get sick at being poked.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened.
But that poke to her is like foreplay.
Then she's psychotic.
She's a lonely woman.